Good morning, class. Today we will begin by learning about the Jewish court system, also known as Beit Din. The Beit Din is different than an American court in three ways. 1. In the Beit Din there are 3 judges. 2. There are no lawyers in the Jewish court. And final, 2 witnesses tell their testimony together. As you may know, there is only 1 judge in American court, there are lawyers, and only 1 witness comes up to the stand at a time. The 3 judges in the Beit Din are to determine the truth. The real ultimate judge is God. We are warned in the 10 Commandments, or the Aseret HaDibrot, that we are prohibited to be an Ed Shaker or an Ed Shav. An Ed Shaker is a witness who gives false testimony knowingly. An Ed Shav gives false testimony by accident. If someone is caught to be an Ed Zomem, then they get punished. The punishment they would receive is the same punishment that they were scheming for the accused person on trial to get. The main question that Makot Aleph Mishmah Daled answers is, how do we define an Ed Zomem? The answer to that question is, an Ed Zomem is someone who purposely lies in their testimony to frame someone. Now, class, let's sing the Mishnah, then we will discuss it even further. Ein ha'edim nasim zomemin ad sheyazmu et hazman ketzad amru meidin anu v'ishpeloni sharag et hanefesh amru lahem hayachatem meidin sharei nerag ze o hahoreg haya imanu to hayom b'makom peloni Ein elu zomemin aval amru lahem hayachatem meidin שהרי אתם הייתם עמנו אותו היום במקום פלוני, הרי אלה זורמים ונהרגים על פיהם. This Mishnah is structured very specially. It starts off with an intro, then it tells us who isn't an Ed Zomem, and it gives us an example of someone who is an Ed Zomem. Finally, it tells us how an Ed Zomem is punished. However, there is only one Revid in this Mishnah, because no other scholars or Tanas are talking and no one is coming in later to add anything. Rambam helps us understand the difference between an Ed Zomem and an Ed Shav. According to him, an Ed Zomem is lying about being at the crime scene. An Ed Shav is a pair of witnesses that claim the details of the case were different. In Tosefta Masecha Makot Perek Aleph Halacha helps us understand that you are an Ed Zomem if you said you were at the crime scene, but really you were not. But you aren't an Ed Zomem if you signed a document before you give your testimony. Rabbi Ovadia also comments on this Mishnah. He makes clear that the falsehood has to be within the witness himself. Now, class, that we have fully learned this Mishnah, for homework, I want you to go home and ask your parents what happens in American court when witnesses gave false testimony.